Bodies on Cam.
Yo, welcome back to Bodies on Cam. I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, checking back in with me. We're going to get right into it. Yes, sir.
Out of the vehicle, now running for it. There comes another passenger out of the back seat. These kids are struggling, and look at this. He's getting back in the vehicle. Another one back in the vehicle, and finally, CHP in the pursuit now, right behind. Is that CHP or Sheriff's? Yeah, CHP right behind him here. We're going to forget about that one passenger, but we now know of the driver and at least one other passenger. These were young men that jumped out of that vehicle, and now the pursuit continues through the Santa Clarita Valley. Guys, this is very, very dangerous.
Extremely dangerous.
Right, considered armed, all three of them, so that's a very dangerous situation there. And just the way he's driving through
oh
these,
my gosh,
my goodness.
Oh, into oncoming lanes of traffic, going the wrong way now, jumped that median, and he is continuing
That's how
the
you're
wrong
supposed to
way
run
on
from
Valencia
the
Boulevard,
police.
approaching Railroad Avenue. Look at this, continuing with, look at this, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
That was close.
A near head-on collision. Very, very
that
close.
was close,
a
my
very
boy.
close call there. One of several that we've seen here, and it's just getting more and more aggressive by the second. At least he's going the right way now, but showing no signs of slowing down.
Not at all.
And I think about that guy who jumped out of the vehicle, and then now he jumped back in the vehicle, and how did he change his destiny when it comes to how this thing is going to play out?
They're doing their fucking thing.
It's so dangerous the
That's
way
how
they're
you're supposed to
driving
do a
right
car
now. If
chase.
they're insistent on continuing this is not going to end in a good way. It's going to be a tragedy.
Yeah, I think he saw an opportunity to
drop
his buddies off, and then the one kid saw the cop pulling up behind him, and he figured, let me just get back in the vehicle. That's what it seems like happened there. But
swerving in the
chance to get away after this. I mean, this is absolutely a dangerous pursuit that law enforcement just can't let this go. This has to come to a stop immediately. So you're going to see this entire area flooded with black and whites here within the next few minutes as he continues now through this parking lot and now coming back out the other side, back onto Valencia Boulevard, getting around that traffic.
Damn.
Soledad, and what was that? Bouquet Canyon and Soledad.
Did y'all see that shit? That was smooth and clean. Smooth and clean. That's how you do that shit, my boy.
Got it. So he's on Bouquet Canyon now, off of Soledad, continuing westbound away from Magic Mountain.
All right, so he's flying down in Santa Clarita
It's about to
right
do
now. Luckily,
gotta
though,
make a move,
and I'm
man.
not
You
familiar
got
with the
to
traffic
make a
patterns in
move.
Santa Clarita, but these roads
The right
look wide
move with
open.
that.
The dangerous part of that is he could really open up the speed and get moving on this vehicle that, again, I'll reemphasize, it's going to be really hard to stop if it has to.
Yeah, the further away he gets from the 5, you can see traffic is a lot less. Opens up the road, as you mentioned, but at the same time, there's just enough traffic in the way here to really get somebody hurt, especially if he continues driving like this, blowing through red lights. And if I really hope we don't see him get back into oncoming lanes of traffic. He jumped over that median.
You gotta be a little more safer, my boy. You gotta keep y'all alive at least, you know.
To another head-on collision, but at least he's
gotta make it out.
He's going eastbound on Soledad, and now making a left turn
Look like everybody just froze
to be an
and
apartment
shit.
complex or a condominium. A U-turn
That's how you
through
do
the
that
entrance
shit,
there.
my boy.
Now he's going in circles. He's really toying with this officer here.
Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit, man. What the hell? My man's going in circles.
Just doing a circle around this group of cars, and
Hey,
he's
fuck
into this
that. I'm
apartment
going back
complex
this way.
now, which I think leads him to a dead end. We'll widen out just a second and see if that's the case. You can see LAPD with their airship overhead, California Highway Patrol on the ground down there, now face to face with this CHP officer. He's going for a run. They're both jumping out. Driver and passenger jumping out of the vehicle, running through this apartment complex. Unfortunately, only that one officer that we saw here. Not sure if they're familiar with this complex, if they live in this area, no idea. But in any event, they're running through here on private property, waiting for more deputies to arrive on scene. I'm not sure that one CHP cruiser is going to be able to catch up with them here, but they are continuing to race through these condos here in Santa Clarita. We'll see where this takes them.
All right. Sorry, go ahead, Giovanna.
Just Chris Christie. This is Giovanna Lotta, and alongside Mark Brown. We're
Yeah,
joining
my
you
boy,
now.
man.
And what a wild pursuit.
Yeah.
These guys
Where they going?
are driving, or have been driving, so dangerously. And now we are looking at them running through this complex, putting the people who live here likely.
Where the hell they going, man? My man's got some good energy. He got some legs on him, man. That's why you don't, that's why I'm going to wear flip-flops, just in case, man. You might have to get up out that gym, man. Gotta always be one step ahead, my boy. Always.
In danger.
That's right. Trying to get the name of this apartment complex one more time. But the good news is
Andreas
that
is bouncing all over
LAPD
the
still
place.
has their airship overhead. He's able to call out the location and get those officers, even though this is a mutual aid situation. They're going to get
badass kids, man.
LA County Sheriff's Department involved here as they scale these fences, jumping through
I'm
backyards,
just start watching y'all
zigzagging their way
kids, man.
through this apartment complex. It's now been several
Y'all
minutes
kids be
since
doing.
they've lost that initial pursuing officer. Look at this, hiding in the bushes now, looking for any nook or cranny to hide out, thinking they might be able to get away with this. These are two suspects of three. One suspect jumping out of the vehicle, the moving vehicle, earlier in the pursuit, and now these two looking for a hiding spot. But they have just way too many
I ain't
eyes
got nowhere to
on
hide,
them at this
man.
point, guys.
Yeah, you know, if we can see them, we know the sheriffs can see them, and
Who you
the
talking
LAPD
to, my
can see
boy?
them, at least from their airship. They're not getting away.
Who my man's
Can
talking
you
to,
give me
y'all?
some a sense of the location here? We know it's Santa Clarita, and it's
How you know a man just want to keep jumping shit, man? Like, what the hell, man? Like, you just leave my man on a mission.
a volatile situation. Here's the problem: if you live in this area, they've gone through backyards, and they're going to look to see if there's any open or unlocked doors.
Open
if you
doors,
live here,
yep.
Lock your doors immediately. Lock your doors just as soon as you can. There are two people armed, possibly armed,
Better
thought
lock
to
your
have been
doors,
armed,
man.
who are now
Better lock
running
them
around in your
doors.
neighborhood, going through backyards.
One more time, Jay. Yeah, that's right, Mark. Trying to get a cross street here. We're just off of Soledad Canyon Road, and again, trying to get an exact location. Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, they're moving towards this pool area. It looks like a pretty big apartment complex. They're on the rear side of it
man.
now,
Keep
just
jumping
looking
shit.
for a spot to hide out. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you the name of
Yeah,
this
it's
side
over
street
for
that they're
y'all,
coming
man.
up on. Actually, looks like more of a
Look at that, they just sitting on shit. My man said, shit, I'm tired, man. They come get us, bro. He know he done fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right?
bike path potentially
Crazy.
Yeah.
behind the
Oh,
apartment
look,
complex.
there's
That's
people
the
there.
main
There's
pool.
folks there.
Look at this. They're
Civilians.
now approaching the pool with people in the pool,
Uh-oh.
people enjoying their Wednesday afternoon, and these two are just running right along the pool deck looking for a hiding spot. We have to remind you, these two are believed to be armed. As they run through here, they're believed to be armed Grand Theft Auto suspects that now pose
Oh, and now
a
they're
danger
surrendering.
to this community, but apparently they see law enforcement
Lay down,
within
my
their line
boy.
of sight
There
here.
they are.
There's the
Lay
officers
down.
with their guns drawn, approaching the suspects. Thankfully, appears they're finally giving up.
Yeah,
One
that just came out
LAPD,
of
one LA
nowhere.
County Sheriff deputy, both approaching these.
That kind of came out of nowhere. Like, how the hell? That was some good, I don't know what you want to call it. How y'all just came from that way. Like on some game type shit. And we're live.
Suspects with
Boy,
guns
laid
drawn,
down
they
quick, though,
immediately
didn't he?
dropped to the ground. That's the good news. The people in the pool, there was looked like a little girl getting a swimming
Yes,
lesson
it
out
did
there.
appear that way,
They've all
yes.
cleared the pool. They're out. Everybody's out of harm's way. The little kid being hustled away. Everybody leaving. So they are out of harm's way. No shots have been fired. Those suspects proned out. Now
that
following
old lady
the
was
orders
moving,
of the
wasn't she?
two law enforcement
She was trying
officers
to.
from two different agencies who have managed to stop them. This is off Soledad Canyon Road, and we're going to try to get the cross street or that bike path that's nearby. There's a wash that runs back behind it.
Yes, Kurt just came in here and he said he's very familiar with Santa Clarita and told us that it's a bike path that runs along the wash there. But what a relief! I've been so tense watching this. It was just so dangerous.
And we got action, y'all. We got action. Them boys was on the loose though. They was doing that mother thing, I tell you that. I'll tell you that, man. What y'all would have did? How y'all would have ran? Y'all would have. I wouldn't have got out and ran right there though. Honestly, that wasn't a good spot. You could have just bagged up and kept driving. Shit, they wasn't on shit. They wasn't on shit at all. But yeah, I knew they was gonna catch y'all last.
Dangerous how fast they were driving on those roads, going against oncoming traffic, jumping onto sidewalks, zigzagging through cars, and at very high speeds. I really believe something bad just went down badly, and thankfully these guys surrendered.
Oh, that's the other dude that got out.
And you saw earlier.
You're right about that. And just to,
And his stupid ass got back in.
I was just going to clarify. This is the Villa Metro apartment complex. They're right behind the main clubhouse.
And his
it's
dumb
a
ass
huge
got back
apartment
in.
complex or housing complex here in
Wow.
Santa Clarita, right along.
So the other
Soledad
dude got
Canyon.
loose then.
But it's called the Villa Metro, is where this all ended up.
All right, that's
The
where
other
that
dude
ended.
didn't
And
get
you
caught.
saw the earlier video. One of the suspects foot bailing earlier, being dropped off from the moving vehicle. There's
Right.
another point at which this Cadillac Escalade, it appears, veered into oncoming traffic. The driving has been absolutely erratic and extremely dangerous. This vehicle probably weighing what, about 5,000
dude that
pounds,
hopped
maybe
out.
more, that just was careening
Dude that
through these
hopped out, he
streets,
bowed.
being pursued by the sheriffs, the Highway Patrol, and
bowed.
LAPD. But all three, at least.
He definitely bold, man. I would have hopped out with dude. I wouldn't have got back in. My man's messed up. It could have been free. You could have been free, my boy. I don't know why you ran back and jumped in the car. What was that for? Wanted to stay with your boy, get locked up, man. Like shit, I'm cool. I'm gone, my boy. I'm gone. But shit, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, right? We out. Peace.
Bodies on Cam.